Welcome to the Cardiff Arms Park. Gwalia Lightning versus Brython Thunder is the Welsh derby that we've got for you today. A Christmas cracker, the first derby between these two sides this season. And the Cardiff Arms Park hosted a derby last night, didn't it? Cardiff versus Dragons. And if that game's anything to go by, we are in for a Christmas treat this afternoon. Gwalia coming into this one after narrowly losing to Clovers in Ireland last week, while Breathon lost to Glasgow at Parc y Scarlett. So both sides looking for their first win in the competition. Who will take the spoils this afternoon? We'll find out. I'm joined by former Wales fly half Eleanor Snowsill. Eleanor, are you looking forward to this Welsh derby here at the capital today?
Yeah, what an exciting event. You know, Welsh derby, like you said, in the capital on the 27th of December. Loads of exciting young talent playing, so really looking forward to this game today.
Who are you looking forward to seeing out there today then?
Well, do you know what? It's probably the first time I've ever said it, but I'm really looking forward to the matchup of the front rows. Both front rows against each other. I thought Gwalia's front row were outstanding last week. Maisie Davis in particular had a great game, and they're all under the age of 22. All of the front rows from Breathon and Gualia, so you know, how good is that for the future of our game? But on top of that then, the half-backs as well. So Breathon have changed their two half-backs, starting half-backs, Seren Lockwood, Fionn Williams, two very young half-backs, but very exciting half-backs.
And half-backs that you know quite well. They played in the under-18s back in April, was it? And then Seren Lockwood was in the senior Wales squad for the Rugby World Cup. It just shows her talent.
It shows the talent that's coming through, and you know, they're not exceptions. There is so much talent coming through at our under-18s, under-20s, through into seniors, and it shows how quickly the transition can be for some players. And you know, what an opportunity they get to test themselves on a senior level today.
Gwalia were unlucky last week out in Ireland, but do return with 2 bonus points. They'll be licking their wounds and wanting to show what they narrowly missed out on out there today.
Yeah, I think they put in a great performance, and I agree with you. I think they were unlucky to lose out there, and not many teams could say that when they go away to Ireland. Ireland, as we know, are very strong in this competition, so I think they'll be coming into this derby full of confidence. Breathon, on the other hand, will probably be quite disappointed with parts of their performance. It was a bit more of an inconsistent performance, so they'll be looking to bounce back from that.
Well, that's what Eleanor thinks, but let's hear from the coaches now. A little earlier on, I caught up with them. Kat Nadolig Clawen, Merry Christmas. Nice to have another Welsh derby first one of the season. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really excited. As we said, it's really excited to play in the Arms Park in our capital city over Christmas as well. So really excited to get this one underway.
Talk us through the team selection. Why have you gone for the changes that you've gone for, and how are you looking forward to seeing them out there?
I think in terms of our back three, we've got the privilege of having Nia Fajason, who's come back from GB7s. So she's got this opportunity this weekend to show us what she can do from a 15s perspective. We've got Alo Purse coming back into the fold after being away with Gloucester Hartbury, but actually in essence we're quite a stable team. For over the past 2 seasons, the main cohort are the same group that we've been working with for the past couple of years.
And it was such a close game last week. I bet you're absolutely raring to go to bounce back and prove that you should have won that game and do the same today.
Yeah, you know, we're incredibly pleased to come away with 2 bonus points from Ireland, which is something that no away team have done to date in the Celtic Challenge competition. So that's really pleasing, but I think the fact we put ourselves in the position to win that game has certainly driven confidence. Our aim today now is to execute when we're in our gold zone and to make sure that we come away with points when we're there.
How much will this wind, the condition, affect the game, do you think?
I think it certainly will, and I think tactically it'll be whoever can deal with the conditions the best, and I think we saw that last night in the Dragons Cardiff game, the big tactical emphasis on the type of kicking game that we saw, and it's something that we have spoken about and addressed going into today's match.
Thanks for your time, go well.
Thank you.
Ashley, Nadolig Clawen, Merry Christmas. Nice to have another Welsh derby after Christmas. I'm sure you're excited for this one.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Really excited. And you only got to watch the games yesterday to have that excitement. You know, this place was full yesterday with people supporting, and I think this is the growth within the women's game, is having these opportunities to create a derby, and we've had them for the last 3 years. Hopefully there's more crowd to turn up this year compared to other years, and we can put a bit of a spectacle on.
Talk us through the changes then. 4 changes for your side for this one. How did you go about those changes?
So 2 changes were based on one of our players has gone to New York over Christmas. Another one's away as well. Yeah, it's not quite like the men's game yet, where they're fully contracted and they've got to stay. That's what you have to deal with. And then 2, I just thought the 2 halfbacks, the young halfbacks we brought on last week, changed the game a little bit. They sped it up and just showed probably a little bit of no fear and getting into it. And you know, there's the 9 and 10 that we had starting are outstanding players. There's just that competition now with the depth that's happening in Wales, and it's a good opportunity to see them, and I know a lot of people are very excited about them.
Yeah, and it's good to push everyone for their positions and their shirts, isn't it? But talk us through Gwalia then. They had a very close game last week against Clovers. What are you expecting from them?
Defensively, very strong. They've got a couple of really big ball carriers who get them on the front foot pretty well, and I think if you watched the game last week, anything from 5 metres out, they're pretty ruthless and looks like they're going to score every time they get there. So our job is to keep them out from that area. Our discipline probably wasn't great last week, and we tried to problem solve. We looked like a team that had been thrown together very quickly, and you've just got to deal with them mistakes. So that's something we're hoping to change, and the more we can limit Gwalia having them opportunities, hopefully there's more of a game of it.
Thank you very much. Go well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good afternoon and Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you all enjoyed the last few days. Maybe you got out the house yesterday to watch one of the Welsh derbies in the United Rugby Championship. Well, if that wasn't enough, we have another Christmas cracker for you today. Another Welsh derby as Gwalia Lightning host Brython Thunder in round 2 of this year's Celtic Challenge. It's a lovely sunny day here in the Welsh capital. Here are the results from round 2. One game already, we were spoiled earlier, weren't we, in that all-Scottish affair between Edinburgh and Glasgow. Edinburgh securing their first win of the season, 31-25. It ended at the Hive Stadium. And later on today, about 5 minutes kick-off between Gualia and Breathon, and then the last game of round 2 will take place in the new year, 3rd of January, a week today for Clovers versus Wolfhounds. This is how the table stands currently, and it does have that that taken into account the results up in Edinburgh earlier. So Glasgow on top, 7 points. Brython Thunder at the bottom, yet to secure a point. But the 2 bonus points that Gualia got out in Ireland last week means that they have got 2 points. But Glasgow still on the top of the table. Let's take a look at the teams for today's match then. The hosts make 3 changes to the team that narrowly lost to the Clovers in Ireland last weekend. Great Britain 7-star Nia Fajason has handed her first start on the wing, whilst Welsh internationals Sian Jones and Alaw Pearce also come into the starting 15. There is 1 positional switch, with Erin Jones moving from lock to blindside flanker. Nicholas McLaughlin's team will be looking to right the wrongs of last week here at the Arms Park today. Breathon make 4 changes as well, as head coach Ashley Beck has opted for a new half-back combination. Fionn Williams and Seren Lockwood get the chance to inject some pace into the back line, whilst Amy Williams starts at full-back. 1 change in the forwards, Finlay Jones will wear 6, and partners Jess Rogers, who continues to wear the captain's armband in the absence of Gwen Crabb. Thanks for joining us here today for this all-Welsh affair in the Celtic Challenge, the first derby between these 2 sides this season. And I'm joined in the commentary box by former Wales fly half Eleanor Snowstill. Merry Christmas, Nadolig Clawen. Did you have a lovely day?
Diolch, Nadolig Clawen to you too. Yes, lovely day, nice and chilled, thank you.
Oh, lovely. And it's nice that the sun is shining, isn't it? It's bitterly cold and the wind is quite strong down there. We're quite shaded where we are, and shielded where we are in the commentary points, but I wonder how much the wind will play a part in this game today.
Yeah, you're right. It is a lovely day, great conditions when you look at it, but when you actually are down there on the pitch, it is very windy. It's quite hard to predict in this stadium in terms of sometimes it flows one way and then the other. So it is going to be a challenge, in particular for kickers, back 3 players, hookers throwing in as well. So it's going to be really interesting. Gualia, I'm sure, will come out with a strong kicking game in the first half.
It's lovely to see all these people here supporting both sides, and it's nice that it's in the Arms Park in the Welsh capital as well. What an occasion.
Yeah, it's great to see, and I've just been watching people come in. Cecilia Tupolotto's come in with her younger sister, who's only 18 as well. So there's a lot of talent here come in. I'm sure quite a few of the senior Welsh girls will be watching as well, which is just great, and also the Welsh coaches, because what an opportunity for players to put their hands up ahead of the Six Nations. Now they'll be competing against players in their position that are both going for the same shirt.
Absolutely, and if you look at the teams, Gwalia, they do have the most Welsh internationals in their side. Do you think they're favourites today?
Oh, it's a tough one. I think based on their performance last week, yes. Their front row in particular were outstanding, and you need that as the bedrock. Set piece is going to be very important today. So I think Gualia may edge it, but Breathon, change of half-backs, very exciting young half-backs. They've got nothing to lose either, so hopefully we'll see a really good game today.
Yeah, Gwalia Lightning welcome Brython Thunder in the Celtic Challenge. Kick-off just minutes away here at the Arms Park. Teams are just getting ready, and there we see all the crowds on your screen. You can see them just below our commentary points here at the Arms Park as the teams emerge onto the pitch. Jess Rogers leading Brython Thunder out to a sunny Cardiff Arms Park pitch. The home team just keeping us waiting. Just a few more minutes, adding to the tension of this Welsh derby. In terms of this season, Eleanor, what will be a good result for both Welsh teams come the end of the season?
Well, they both finished third and fourth, with Gualia at third, so they'll be definitely looking to at least maintain that, if not go one better. And I think their performance last week away against Clovers show they've definitely got the potential to do that.
There'll be 10 rounds in this Celtic Challenge this year, of course, with semi-finals as well for the first time. It just adds a little bit more spice.
Yeah, it does, definitely, especially, leading into the end of the season, the latter half of the season, knowing that you've still got something to play for. So, semi-finals and finals are completely different to your average league game, so it does give these players a different experience. And I think, as we saw in the World Cup knockout games, that it's a different mentality, it's a different sort of way of preparing yourself, so very important that these players also get to experience that.
Mentally, how will the fact that Breathon have to wait for Gwalia's arrival on the pitch for just a couple extra minutes, how will that affect them?
It's very, very interesting, because when you are on that pitch, a couple of extra minutes is a long time to wait, especially when the nerves are building before a game. As soon as the game kicks off, you kind of settle down into it. But yeah, I'm not sure if that was intentional from Gualia, or if Breathon just came out early, because sometimes teams just get a bit agitated in their change rooms and just want to get out on the pitch as well.
Well, they're both out there now. That's the woman in the middle, Amber Stamp, will try and keep control of this Welsh derby here in the capital today. Breathon will kick us off. And we are underway here at the Arms Park. First Welsh derby of the season in the Celtic Challenge. Both teams will be looking to start strong, well, and both teams looking for their first win of the season so far in round 2 of the Celtic Challenge. Kat Richards found some ground, but she was taken to ground whilst they recycle the ball. Gualia quick over that ball as well. Playing out through the backs. On the halfway line, Breathon will be looking to cross that gain line And Kat Richards will try to do exactly that. Here they come.
It's a great start for Breathon, this continuity and keeping the ball multi-phase. You can see Gualia sort of easing off and sitting there, so it's great patience from them defensively, but Breathon will be very happy with this continuity, just edging themselves up the pitch into Gualia's half.
Okay, ball on now.
Ball high up, no one gathers that ball. Gualia, their first touch of the ball since this game started, so they will now look to play from their own half.
She's not on the ball there.
Sian Jones just looking for that ball. Caris Hughes goes long. Chase the ball is the cry from the coach's box. But Breathon will be looking to play, and Amelia Tutt is taken to the floor. Lockwood can't get away from that tackle. So Fionn Williams had to play scrum half.
Ball in play at the minute is insane. I don't think the ball has stopped since we've kicked off. We've had no set piece yet. This is 2.5 minutes, very early on in the game. I'm sure some of the girls' lungs will be screaming.
But I'm sure they'll be warmed up, that's for sure, in this cold Cardiff wind chill. As Gwalia tried to offload that ball, Tromans was there to collect. Jones. Caris Hughes decides to kick, gains some ground. Richards is chasing the ball, putting the pressure on.
Yeah, it's a really intelligent kick there by Caris Hughes. Fionn Williams did well to just bide her time. It was very tight because she had two Gwalia players hearing down onto her, but has earned the dropout now.
Good pressure early on from Gualia. It doesn't go that far, so they've got another opportunity. Webster out to the wing to Nia for Jason. And here they come. Kelsey Webster goes over for Gwalia Lightning's first try, 3 minutes into the game. And they're ahead.
Yeah, it's great play by Gwalia there. So very patient play, kicking down into the corner, forcing Breathon to then exit from their own try line. And I always think teams are a little bit under pressure then when they have to kick off like that. Really good spatial awareness by Kelsey Webster to move the ball to Nia for Jason. So we can see here in the replay, she just draws across and then gives the ball to Nia for Jason, as we've seen just back from GB7's duty, who does well to keep the ball alive, and then Kelsey Webster has the strength to finish in the corner.
Yeah, Nia for Jason, first start for her in this competition this year, a local girl from Cardiff, and she combined well with her centre Kelsey Webster for that one.
She actually went to my old school, Ysgol Plasmawr. Shout out to Ysgol Plasmawr, as did Gwennan Hopkins as well. So three Welsh players that have come through that system.
Caris Hughes couldn't add the point, so the score here with 5 minutes played: Gwalia Lightning 5, Breathon 0.
Okay, that ball is live.
Breathon will be hoping to hit back as soon as they can now. There's nothing worse than conceding so early on in the game, after they had a lot of possession as well since the game started, Eleanor.
Yeah, they did have a lot of possession, which I think, will settle the nerves, getting the ball in everyone's hands nice and early so that people are involved and they're in the game and, growing in confidence. I almost felt like it went a bit against the way of play, really.
Sack's fine. Sack's legal.
Oh, Gwalia's strength just showing there.
Advantage.
but Breathon have taken the ball, and that is Chanel Williams, the hooker. Great work from her. Out they come. Breathon trying to get the ball to the wing. Amy Williams is taken to the ground. Fionn Williams steers the ship from the 10 shirt. Gwalia making a nuisance in that ruck there, but they managed to get the ball out to Seren Singleton.
Out now, buddy.
Seems to be no way through, and that's a knock-on. Great tackle. And I think it was Tilly Vuchai from Gwalia who forced that knock-on there.
Yeah, that was a great defensive read by Tilly Vuchai there. She earned Gwalia's player of the match last week. She had some brilliant carries, especially in the second half, but showing there her physicality in defence as well.
As we prepare for the first scrum of the game, and you said you are looking forward to that battle between the forwards, Eleanor.
I mean, I can't tell you what's going on in there, but I am looking forward to it. You know, such exciting young front rows on both sides. Quite a few of them involved in our under-18 Six Nations just this April. So we've got Chanel Williams, who's packing down at hooker for Breathon, and then Evie Hill at tight head for Gualia. You know, two very exciting players along with the rest of the front row. So it'll be interesting to see how this first scrum goes.
Who knows what happens in a scrum? I don't even know the players in the scrum now. No, I'm joking. Here we go. Gwalia, good, strong scrum, and the gap opens up for Catherine Richards. Offloads well. Gwalia gained some important ground there. Molly Anderson-Thomas tackled. Gwalia just going through the motions as Molly Reardon is taken to the ground. Oh, a mistake there.
I think it was Alau Pearce.
And it was Alau Pearce, yeah, who dropped the ball. That's unlucky for Alau Pearce, and that passage of good play for Gwalia comes to an end.
It was very uncharacteristic of Alau there. She's normally got brilliant hands. I think she almost just took her eye off the ball and was looking at the defender and looking at the opportunities in front of her before catching that ball. But just to go back to that scrum play, I thought it was a really good scrum play, attacking option by Gwalia down the blind side, and they made a lot of yardage from it.
Crouch. Bind.
Seren Lockwood
Set.
to input this ball into the scrum for Breathon. As they look to play from within their own half, or the ball is lost forward. So it's advantage Gwalia. Sian Jones opts for the kick, puts pressure on the Breathon defence. Kat Richards chases Amelia Tutt.
Very physical winger Amelia Tutt is there, running straight into Alau Pearce.
And another physical challenge through the forwards. John.
The ball's here. Get back on side 6.
Fionn Williams decides to kick for safety. Good option.
Yeah, it was a good option. It was well managed by her as well. I could see her moving the forwards around to get the ruck where she wanted to be able to exit from. Can't quite tell which way the wind is going and which team has got the wind. I think Breathon are into the wind by the looks of the flag there with the touch judge.
You can tell, can't you, that the wind is definitely a big factor out there. The teams are opting to play from deep within their own half.
Yeah, well, I think Gualia have kicked everything in their half, which tells you they've probably got the win. But yeah, Breathon are a team that look to play a little bit more.
And here they come now. In the sunshine here at the Arms Park, but Gwalia's defence holds strong and they win the penalty.
Yeah, it's a great turnover, really important turnover there. I thought Seren Lockwood looked really dangerous at the back of the line out there. Some great feet. She's a very good attacking scrum half, but really good turnover there. Couldn't quite see who got the turnover, but that's showing the threat that Gwalia have in the contact area.
And a brilliant kick from Gwalia fly half. Caris Hughes gains good ground for her team in a brilliant attacking position here now.
Yeah, you can see in this replay Sarah and Lockwood, they're tackled by Molly Reardon and then can't quite see who it is over the ball, but very quick, just beat the supporting players.
Oh, Gwalia don't quite gather that ball. So there's a knock-on advantage. Breathon deep within their own half once again. Power on through the forwards.
Tackle, release.
Robin
now.
Davis uses her strength.
She's strong over the ball, but knock on in the line out.
But it will be a penalty.
Knock on.
We'll bring the game, the play back to that knock-on in the line out. And it will be another scrum.
Yeah, I think the scrums look solid from both sides. Both teams have been able to play off it. Ball's been in and out pretty quickly, so it's a good sign. Solid scrum.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Breathon will be hoping to exit well here. And if they get the penalty in the scrum, the forwards did their job. And in a typical Welsh derby fashion, there's a bit of a disagreement.
That does not surprise me that Maisie Davis is walking away with a smile on her face. But yeah, maybe a bit of frustration from Gwalia's side. That was a great scrum penalty by Breathon, and as you could see with the celebrations, that meant a lot to them and an opportunity to clear their lines now.
Yes, and an opportunity missed for Gwalia as well, not being able to capitalise on that penalty that got them in a good position to attack. But Breathon will be glad they got away with that one. Line out is good. Lockwood out. Here come Breathon in their red jerseys. Oh, and another handling error, unfortunately, by Breathon, picked up by the hooker, Molly Reardon for Gualia. A serious chance now for Gualia to add to their score here at the Arms Park. Webster dances round the defence.
Take a step there, Red, take a step.
Gualia keep on coming through the forwards. Breathon trying to hold their ground. And have they turned the ball? No, ball is still there for Gualia. But Breathon are slowing things down.
This is where Gualia are very dangerous. 5 metres from opposition try line. They were very clinical there last week against the Clovers. Maisie Davis and Evie Hill both getting tries from close pick and goes.
Just going through the motions, Gualia, being patient. They've got the advantage as well. The advantage call for offside. Jones looks out. Caris Hughes taken to the floor. Couldn't get her feet free. Molly Reardon now. Breathon will be happy with that defensive set, but here they come again, Gualia, through Bryony King, the captain. She's so close to the whitewash. The props. Maisie Davis under that one, recycle the ball. Catherine Stewart, has she got enough? No, she's short. Surely, this time.
Short!
Has the ball been held up? No, short. Here they come again through the backs this time. Webster looking for a second try, and she gets it. A second try for Gualia, and a second for the centre, Kelsey Webster. Gualia lead in the capital, 10 points to 0.
Yeah, I think that was a really good team try. Very good composure by Gualia shown. The pick and goes weren't quite giving them what they wanted, so twice they pulled it out to the backs. I thought the ball could have gone the first time, but they did really well then the second time. As we're watching the replay here, just great leg drive. Look at that fend. Such a good balance there by Kelsey Webster, and strength to be able to fight off 3 Breathon defenders and find their way over to the try line. And that's what you want, is that the forwards have a go, but then the backs can also step up and complement the pack and bring something themselves as well.
No conversion then for Gwalia, so the score stays Gwalia 10, Breathon 0 here at the Cardiff Arms Park in the first Welsh derby of the season in the Celtic Challenge. And that was a good team try as well, everyone getting involved. Breathon will be hoping to answer some of those questions as soon as they can. They don't want this scoreline creeping away.
Retreat!
They don't find touch. The Gualia have possession and they're strong. That is Alo Pierce using her strength. But then a strong tackle just in return. And I think it was Natalia John for Breathon. Oh, good hands by Seren Singleton to gather that one.
Take a step now, Blue!
Stella Orin takes the tackle.
Hold that.
Decide to kick.
Yeah, hold now.
Breathon. Oh, miscommunication between Gualia and Gabby Heelan gathers. Will she go all the way herself? Katniken Hughes tries to pull her down, but Gabby Heelan has the legs and she scores under the posts. Breathon are back in the game.
What a try by Gabby Heelan. Absolutely love to see that. She's such a good ball carrier when she gets the ball in her hands. Felt like a real opportunistic try that did, because there didn't seem to be much on. Good option by Fionn Williams to kick it, and then there was just some miscommunication in the backfield, I think, by Caris Hughes and Nia for Jason. I think Nia thought she was going for it, and that allowed Gabby there. She was first on the scraps. Lovely little dummy here to beat the fullback, Kat Richards, and then the leg drive and gas to finish it. What a great try, and she looks really pleased to be scoring that as well.
And they get the extras. It's back to being a close encounter at the Arms Park. 3 points in it. Gwalia 10, Brython Thunder 7. Brilliant work by Gabby Heelan. And Caris Hughes couldn't do anything to catch Gabby Heelan. That will surely give Breathon some momentum now. 3 points the gap here at the Arms Park. As we close in on the first quarter, the ball out wide.
Get back, Blue, back!
Seren Singleton taken to the floor. Natalia John, the Welsh international. Breathon have a taste for it now. A good spiral kick, but Kat Richards does well to gather that one. She sees the space in front of her. Goes herself, but Amy Williams was there. Ball still in play, Eleanor.
Yes, it's great to see both teams sort of opt for that kicking game and really stay in the kicking battle. I think the forwards probably won't be as happy as they normally get stuck in the middle. There's a bit of space now and Fionn Williams has spotted that. So Familia Tut can get some chase on.
Tut versus for Jason. The ball is loose. And Gualia do gather, but the crowd here, they raise their voice. They're backing Thunder, but it's a penalty for Gualia.
What was that for? Oh, not rolling. Oh, that's disappointing, because I think Breathon won that kicking battle there. You could see they won the territory, but just that discipline letting them down slightly. And easing the pressure off Gualia.
Sorry, and after saying that they were nervous to kick because of the wind, Breathon, it feels like they've just had a little bit more confidence in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I think that try really gave them a lot of confidence, and you can see the bounce back in their step now. They're setting a bit earlier, and yeah, definitely gave them a bit of confidence.
Yeah, they're trying to rattle Gualia.
Stop. You know they'll walk in like you will. We'll wait for the front post to set. You hold your line. Back you go. Back you go.
Amperstam,
She's set.
just
Back.
saying,
Back you go.
you know where you're meant to be.
Thank you.
She knows a lot of these players very well. You know, she's reffed quite a lot now at Celtic Challenge level and across the game in Wales. So definitely knows what the players will be up to.
Jones. Looking to go to the wing for Jason, just couldn't get her hands on it. Looked a bit forward anyway, it was forward.
Yeah, it was a nice option. I like to see it's a 1-1 play, so you hit up midfield and then you come back blind and try and catch the edge of the defence before the backs have had the chance to fold over there. So it was a nice option to play it, but just a little bit of a lack in accuracy.
It gives Breathon the advantage now. They will have the put in the scrum.
So I think last scrum Breathon got the penalty, didn't they? So it'll be interesting to see how this scrum goes.
Battle of the front rows.
Battle of the front rows, and a lot of them are in Cardiff Met, so it'll be really interesting. You know, they've scrummaged against each other a lot over the season. Interesting. I always wonder how much do props show in training, you know, when they're scrummaging against each other at their club or internationally, and then knowing they might have to play against each other. Do you show all your tricks or do you hold something back?
It must be hard when you're playing together at international level or region, age grade level, because you just want to play your best, don't you? But I understand what you're saying. You never know. You never know who's watching.
I remember asking my housemate Gwalia Lightning props for Wales, and she was in club against Sarah Byrne, and I said, "Do you show everything?" She was like, "No, definitely not." So.
Absolutely not. Keep some things to yourself. Very clever from Gwalia Lightning, whose sister Alo Pers is playing for Gualia here today. But this is Breathon on the charge through Ellie Tromans. Oh, loose ball picked up by Gualia. And, they've got their feet free. And they keep on going, Gualia. That was Katniken, the captain. She's still going. They've gained some yards and ground here. Webster out to Kat Richards. Richards trying to dance around the defence. Offloads the ball to Molly Reardon. Breathon defending for their lives now. Tilly Vuchai is taken to the floor. Pierce, has she got the legs to go all the way over? Held up is the call by Alo. Amber Stamp, sorry. Alo Pierce was held up over the line.
Alo Pierce is on an absolute mission today, isn't she? Every time she's carried, since dropping that ball, every time she's carried, she's beaten the first defender. Really physical in her carries. But what I love that play from Gualia, you know, just keeping the ball alive, looking to offload, flooding through, really playing on the momentum that they had.
For Jason, a GB7's player.
No hands now!
Her first start in this competition in the 15s game this season. Maisie Davis powers her way through the defence. Ball's out to Kat Richards. Gualia just looking to see what's on. Breathon trying to push them back as much as they can. Hughes saw a bit of a gap.
It's very quickly closed, wasn't it?
There was no way through there, was there? King. Here they come back toward the left. Quick ball needed. Kat Richards thought she was through. There's no advantage, so we'll come back to the penalty.
Not supporting body weight.
Yeah, I think Breathon might just want to watch their discipline a little bit, so we're watching the replay here. Oh, this was the knock-on replay, but I think Amber Stamp there said 7 not releasing, so just making sure that you have to listen to the ref there, because discipline is something, especially with the win that Gualia have got, it'll really allow them into the game and have a try-scoring opportunities like they've got here.
But all of these players, I think the average age of Gualia is 21, so they will learn, these players, they're learning their craft out there. Oh, and they go to the back of the line, an attacking play from Gualia. They're trying to get quick ball out. Breathon deal with it quite well.
The ball's there, you're pinning her in.
It's a harder
Play on. on. 2 is holding
play
the
to
ground.
defend, isn't it, when the ball goes to the back of the line, but they keep on coming. They're so close. They can feel and taste their third try, Gualia. The forwards, pick and go. That's the option. Jones, oh, I thought she was going to self, but there it comes, there it is. And Alo Pearce is under that one. We said she wanted her try, and she's got it, the third for Gualia this afternoon.
Yeah, no surprise that Alo has scored from there. Really good body height from her to drive over. But I just love the variety that Gualia bring in the opposition 22. And we heard Kat say beforehand that she wanted to improve their accuracy in opposition 22, and I think they've definitely done that so far. You can see there Alo diving over. Really, really hard to stop her from that close.
Yeah, you felt that try was coming from Gualia. They were putting the pressure on Breathon, weren't they? Let's see if they can add the 2 points. It's exactly what they do. Which means Gualia lead Brython Thunder here at the Arms Park. 17 points to 7. After 25 minutes of play. 27 minutes of play. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Breathon will just need to settle things back down now, and they'll want to get the ball back in their hands. They haven't had that much possession or played too multi-phase in the last 10 minutes, so they'll want to really try and get possession and keep it for a bit.
And also making sure they get back into this game as the clock edges towards half-time. They won't want to concede another try or any more points. They'll want to get themselves right back into this game as soon as possible, Brython Thunder. And that's a good way to start.
Yeah, this is a real opportunity now for Brython Thunder. Earned themselves a penalty. It was a great carry by Branwen Metcalf. And they've got an opportunity now to kick into Gwalia's 22, and probably the first set piece in a while that we've seen Breathon have up this end of the pitch.
Yeah, Fionn Williams with that kick to touch. Oh, missed line out, but it's there. Oh, it wasn't straight. Not straight. They both went up. Both teams competed for the ball, which means Amber Stamp had to get involved and interfere, which means it's a Gwalia ball.
Or you could see how strong the wind was there, and it's hard to predict sometimes. Like a gust of wind can just pick up, and I think that's what happened there, because you saw the ball really swerve. So unfortunate for Breathon there, but an opportunity in this scrum now.
I would not want to be a hooker throwing into the line of this wind, would you?
No, I definitely wouldn't. And it's something the callers are going to have to think about is, how much are they calling to mid or back ball, or do they go safe? Do they do a couple of funny ones in the front just to get possession and get the ball into play?
Yeah, the wind does play a big part in the game, doesn't it? The tactical game. Gwalia playing with the wind this first half, and perhaps explains or helped them to score those first 3 tries of the match. They are leading here at the Arms Park. They'll be looking to get the bonus points before the break, I'm sure. And they're just edging into their opposition half. Looking for the ball. There it is. Out to the wings. They'll want to come. Richards out for Jason. She's got the speed. She puts the foot on the gas, dances round the defence and scores the bonus points for Gwalia. Nia for Jason. A brilliant try in her first start for Gwalia this season. 22 lead. Gwalia lead. 22-7.
Oh, what a try by Nia for Jason there. I thought there was really good interplay to give her the ball in space. Alo Pearce always looks to keep the ball in live, and then great handling by the backs there under pressure to get the ball to Nia in space. And once she gets the ball in space, you can see the speed that she's got and the finishing ability. And I love seeing wingers given that opportunity, given the ball in space. And we know some of us might know she scored a great try against the Black Ferns on the 7 series, with showing that exact same pace. So really good to see her get that opportunity.
Caris Hughes looking to add the 2 points, and she does. It's exactly what Breathon did not want before the half here at the Arms Park. But Gualia, the home side, they've scored 4 tries so far and they lead 24 points to 7.
It just shows how quickly games can change, doesn't it? You know, you thought Breathon might have an opportunity with the line out up in Gwalia's 22, thought they might come back with another try of their own, but Gwalia there capitalised on their mistakes and ended up scoring the other end of the pitch.
Nice to see the confidence from Ania for Jason as well, to just put her head down and trust that she's got the speed to go all the way. It's exactly what she did. Oh, well held by Amy Williams, and she tries to go herself, but she runs into a bit of traffic, so Sian Jones will kick this one to safety and for her team to chase, putting Breathon under a bit of pressure here, Gwalia. And Fionn Williams is caught in her own 22. Natalia John just taking the tackle, slowing the pace down a bit. Robin Davis places the ball at the back of the ruck. John once again, Breathon using their strong forwards to try and get out of trouble and get out of their own half. They decide to go for the kick. Oh, Kat Richards can't get a hold of that one. Good decision from Breathon. They forced the mistake by Gwalia and they're out of trouble.
Yeah, that was a great exit. They'll be very happy with that. Breathon will be. They're definitely into quite a strong win, so I think Fionn's looking for different opportunities to kick and in different ways, and I thought that was a lovely opportunity to kick crossfield there, put a high ball under, and in the wind it's really difficult there for fullbacks just to judge that wind, and I think Kat Richards, she'll probably be a bit disappointed with that mistake, but an opportunity for Breathon now.
An opportunity for Gwalia to right the wrongs of the previous scrums in this first half. They might be ahead on the scoreboard, but Breathon definitely winning at the scrum.
Yeah, I think Breathon need to look to get their dangerous players on the ball a bit more, so we see them come up blindside here. Branwen.
Yeah, Branwen Metcalf using her pace.
Turnover's good.
And her strength. But Gwalia get the turnover. Unfortunately, Metcalf was held in the tackle. And Gwalia get their hands on the ball again, and they're through. Evie Hill to Alo Pierce. There was a knock on. The ball is still in play, but back with Breathon. It's breathless.
Absolutely love that. Tight end prop and a second row making a break up the middle of the pitch.
Gwalia and Caris Hughes running the ball. Oh, big collision. Maisie Davis, and an advantage to Gwalia here. What can they do with this advantage? They decide to kick. Oh, but Kat Richards gathers her own kick. There was definitely advantage there, yes. Amber Stamp confirms that advantage is over for Gwalia, so they'll have to think on their feet here. Brian E. King, the captain. Stand still, nowhere to go. Good pressure from Natalia John. That's great defence from Breathon. They pushed Gwalia right back to nearly where the advantage started.
Yeah, it is brilliant defence. God, Gwalia have got a massive overlap now if they can get the ball wide, though. Breathon are going to have to work really hard to get around the corner quickly.
They've slowed the ball down in the ruck. Sian Jones decides to kick. Who's chasing this one? Courtney Greenway couldn't quite get there in time. So it's out to touch, and it would be a line out for Breathon.
Yeah, I think as we're watching the replay here of the kick, I think they'll be frustrated that they didn't see the opportunity a bit earlier and just take it that one phase earlier, because they had about a 4-player overlap on the edge there. But clever game management there, just putting the kick into the corner, forcing Breathon to exit into the wind. They've struggled with that a little bit. They've done well in part, but it is a really difficult place to exit from, especially when you're into the wind.
Sian Jones just down here for Gwalia, just getting some medical attention. Let's hope it's not too serious. The Wales international scrum half. We've got 2 international scrum halves going head-to-head this afternoon, Sian Jones and Seren Lockwood. And Seren Lockwood, we spoke about her pre-match, Eleanor. She's in the under-18s, Six Nations, but then in the senior side for the Rugby World Cup. It's brilliant, isn't it, to see the youth coming through.
It really is, and I remember turning up to a touch rugby game years ago. Seren Lockwood was 12 years old and stepped me twice, and I was like, oh gosh, who is this? Kept an eye on her since then, and you know, her rise has been remarkable and you know, fully deserved. She's a very talented player.
Confidence from her that young to step a Welsh fly half international. And Fionn Williams kicks that one, but will come back.
Good to see a variety of kicking there. So, you know, tried a little chip over the top there, just keeping Kat Richards on her toes, knowing that they had the penalty advantage as well. So it was a bit of a shot at a free play, and it's good to see that confidence from Fionn.
I'm playing in that 10 jersey, as you'll know, Eleanor. Confidence is such a big thing, isn't it?
The confidence is huge, yeah, and you know, you almost set the tone for the rest of the squad. So if you're confident and calling calls nice and loud and early, then everyone around you feeds off that. So yeah, confidence is very important for a fly half.
And the more games that Fionn Williams can get under her belt will also be an advantage and help her develop her craft. Here she is, Williams. And Breathon through Ellie Tromans. Going through the motions here. Amy Williams out, Amelia Tutt. Amelia Tutt, oh, just about gets away from that tackle, but she has to recycle the ball. Metcalf using her strength.
There's a real opportunity now if they get quick ball from this.
And Lockwood try to get the ball out, but Gualia were on top of Breathon's players. Here they come out to the wing.
Backwards!
Singleton couldn't quite gather that one.
Turnover's
The ball's
good.
been slowed down, which means Gualia have been able to set themselves in defence.
That's a great turnover out wide there.
Take a step.
Can't quite see who it was that got it, but really important because Breathon looked like they'd built a bit of momentum for themselves then.
Absolutely, Gualia would be thrilled with that defensive set, and they'll be looking to turn defence into attack. Williams, under pressure, stands still a bit, nowhere to go. Tutt tries her best, doesn't make much ground.
I think Maisie Davis is trying to get a kick in every game at this rate. She kicked last game and she's just put a little chip and chase in there.
Maisie Davis, the prop. Will she become a back? Who knows?
Backwards!
Oh, that was unfortunate for Breathon, but they still have possession. Lockwood, nowhere to go.
No hands now!
And Gualia are set up perfectly for this defence. Breathon will be forced to kick, yes, and that's exactly what Fionn Williams does.
Backwards!
Caris Hughes couldn't quite gather that, so the pressure's on. Good pressure from Chanel Williams in the red.
It's great chase by Chanel Williams. To see your hooker first up there is really promising signs.
Some great challenges and battles out there on the pitch this afternoon. It's very physical.
It is physical. It feels like the game's opened up a little bit and anything can happen, you know.
There's an advantage or penalty here for not rolling away. Sian Jones tries to take it quickly and she's allowed. Oh, there was a knock on, so there'll be a scrum to Breathon, and that passage of play was over before it even started.
It's interesting. I didn't think that Breathon had retreated 10, but I think Amber's maybe saying that Sian ran into them as they were retreating, which is, you know, a really good spot by Amber.
You can see it now. There was no chance for Stella Oren to move out the way, was there?
There wasn't, but I think Ellen Jones did put a tackle in on her and she wasn't quite 10 metres back, so you can see why Sian Jones is appealing there.
Crouch! Bind!
Breathon will have the final say of the first half then. They don't want this ball to go off the park. They want to score another try, but they'll have to do it from deep within their own half. That's a good start. Amy Williams makes some great ground. John to Stella Oren. Stella Oren sees the gap in front of her. Great line break from the prop.
Turner is good!
The ball is there. It's slowed down though. Chanel Williams now. Gualia just being a nuisance, and they've got the turnover. Maisie Davis got that one. I think everyone was a bit confused how Maisie Davis got her hands on the ball there.
And she's put a spiral kick in.
Again, Maisie Davis kicking. But that will be the last play of this first half here at the Arms Park. We've been spoilt. 5 tries in all. Kelsey Webster scoring 2 before Gabby Heelan getting Breathon back in the game. But Alo Pearson, Nia making sure that Gualia are well in the lead at the break here at the Arms Park. Gwalia Lightning lead Brython Thunder 24 points to 7. Just taking a look at a few of those tries for Gualia in the first half. Kelsey Webster scoring 2 in that first half. And she's enjoying herself out there, and so is Nia for Jason. But that was the first try for Kelsey Webster and Gualia.
Yeah, I think Gwalia's backs have really stepped up this game. I think last week their pack really performed for them and dominated, but I think it's a more all-rounded team performance by Gwalia this week. You know, backs are stepping up and scoring tries. You can see here Kelsey Webster ran a lovely line from Caris Hughes there, and great strength to get over the try line.
Yeah, Kelsey Webster wasn't satisfied with 1 try this afternoon. She wanted the double. Let's see what the second half has in store for Kelsey Webster. But Gwalia Lightning did lead by 2 tries, 10 points to 0 after 15 minutes here at the Arms Park. But Breathon had something to say about that. They weren't happy that Gualia were in the lead by 2 tries to 0, so they wanted their revenge, and that was confusion in the Gualia defence that Gabby Heelan capitalised on, Eleanor, and finished her own try off perfectly.
Yeah, it was a lovely try by Gabby Heelan. That'll definitely be joining a highlights reel, I'm sure. Came from a kick by Fionn Williams, who I think has looked confident in the 10 shirt in this first half. Kicked into challenging conditions, but Gabby Heelan showing there that a kick is only as good as its chase, and never giving up on a cause. So really making the most of Gwalia's mistake in their backfield there, and having the legs as well to finish it off.
But then we mentioned Alo Pearce the lock a few times, didn't we? She got close before this one, but then she finally managed to cross the whitewash. And she's an all-rounded player, strong, and her strength showed for that try. So Alo Pearce getting Gwalia's third try before Nia for Jason. Needed no help in making sure that she crossed for this one.
Yeah, great athleticism there by Nia for Jason. You know, I love the hands by Kat Richards and Kelsey Webster under pressure to get the ball wide, and I just love to see backlines giving their wingers, their dangerous players, the ball in hand, and look what happens when you do. And I'd like to see that more from both teams in the second half now, really giving their wingers some space and time on the ball.
It's been a great first half here at the Arms Park in the sunshine. In the Welsh derby between Gwalia Lightning and Brython Thunder, and the home side lead at the break, 24 points to 7.
Spectrum, but both capable and good in their own right. Lane looks up and looks for an inside runner, but goes herself. Maisie Davies turned 20 at the World Cup. It's a good tackle. Searle on to McGrath. She makes a bust, and what a start this is for the whippersnapper from Bungrana. What a rip roaring from the prop, and we're up and running in this Celtic challenge.
Yeah, great try there beside McGrath. I think it started initially great carries, working edge to edge by the Clovers, quick ball speed Emily Lane, and that's the threat she brings. She's always looking at those corners, at the pillars, to see if there's any gap. But Jane Clossy, with that vision that she had, Sive McGrath, she'd sucked in the Gwalia Lightning defenders, and a lovely little offload. Sive backing herself, pinning the ears back, and a great opening try for the Clovers squad.
She's just 20 in the street. Doing a good job on the pitch too, as the two centres try and run amok out there, as Finn is on the outside. Now Lane back to Murphy. Aoife Corrie trying to bust another opportunity, and now the newcomer, is that being grounded from Murphy? Dermot Blake, I think, has awarded it.
Yeah, he has, Stuart.
It was either Murphy or her scrum half, and captain was helping on the second time. But no matter what, it's double trouble on another try for the Clovers.
Yeah, I think a testament to Niamh Murphy's work rate today in this opening 17 minutes. She really has been all over the park, and we've seen her, you know, running around, even in that shot, running around, making that margin. There's still plenty of time in this opening half, and the teams are still just getting used to each other as well.
Davis is about a centimetre away. Patience is the answer. Every single prop forward in the blue and yellow is there, and they do get the riposte. That's one prop to the other. Evie Hill barrows her way over, and it's just got a lot more interesting at Energia Park.
Absolutely, and that's what I said, Stuart. It's still early days yet. All these players are still getting used to the competition. They haven't had the opportunity.
Pinches a hole, goes through the middle. Now Reardon, they're enjoying life out there, or the visitors. Go the short side, the whippersnapper and the feet. Sidestep you in a phone box. The GB 7s flyer Greenaway makes her mark in the Celtic challenge. Two tries in quick succession, and it's getting oh so close.
The no number green, the penalty package is against Purple offside, never got onside.
Yeah, great work from Gwalia Lightning there. You know, just the vision to come around that that blind side, short side, and
they're there, itching towards the line. One stretch might be needed, or maybe a third time lucky. They're wounded, the Clovers, but are they broken? Cries of keep it in from the sideline. Gilbert is touching the paint, and it's a triple threat. 3 tries. Maisie Davis does exactly what Evie Hill has done in this half already, and it's dominance, and it's clinical.
who else, Stuart? I think she started that off with the quick penalty, and as you said, she just doesn't stop. She sees the opportunity and she goes.
Now Finn, execution at its best, as McInerney weaves and moves her hips through the line, does Alana McInerney. Comes from her fine Gaelic footballing background. Her dad will be watching on very proud as Finn, her club mate, gets oh so close to the line. There was hands from Gualia, but they've been courageous. And this game is ebbing and flowing. Adams Burling loves to score against Gwalia Lightning. And the celebration is almost as good as the try, and they're back in front.
Yeah, starting as they started the first half, very impressive with all those offloads. I didn't get a chance to count how many they had, but you know, it goes to show they're looking for those soft shoulders. They have those support lines there, which is very tough for the Gwalia Lightning defence to handle. But then being calm and composed as they got close. Sive McGrath.
Ending another blow. The Clovers. Short defence. 1, 2 and 3 and King the 8. Releases into life and another one. Oh, that ball is there and just about, and that's all that matters.
And it's Maisie Davis against your
2, 3 tries, they've lost count, but they're all so good, and she is relentless all day long.
That's fine, she joined the line now, it's okay.
Yeah, she's been having a hugely impressive performance in this opening game, the Celtic Challenge. I think from a Clovers perspective, they'll just be regrouping behind the post and having a chat, but I think, you know, they had such a dominant start to this second half and maybe just caught napping a little bit from that restart. But you can only imagine where it'll be in a few weeks' time when they've spent more sessions together.
Yeah, great story here. Roisin Maher, once of the Clovers, now playing for Gualia, going to Wales for university. Straight in defending, but it won't be enough. It all come out of nowhere. Another try score in the front row, and another one to get 2 to her name inside McGrath. Anything Davies can do, McGrath can match.
Exactly, and I'd say that's what's going through her head as well. But great through, even in advance of that, you know, as I said, they're just going back to basics. They're going back to...
Stay on.
Connacht, infectious to bring on. Still competing is Wakely. No end product as Obiawi started it all off. The 5th try for the Clovers, and it's a substitute.
Avian McGrath, great vision from her. She saw that there was no one around that ruck steward and she just leaped over it.
A debut player and a debut score.
Yeah, a big smile on her face as she high-fives her teammates.
I have no idea. Oh, sorry, the tactic.
Club player up on a colleague. It's a few fresh faces or added. Still we play ahead. Moonshine has that ball grounded and has it scored. Oh my word. The conversion to come. Quiva Murphy is in the bin. She can only watch on.
It's on the stadium.
Puchai stamps her mark and runs back, and it will be a 6-point, if not a 4-point match. Rather nonchalantly, and then they do kick it out of play. An interesting one. Maybe they're happy to take a couple of points back to Wales. Oh, that's enthralling. It's been exciting. It has been brilliant. Clovers have the last laugh and start this competition with a real bang. 35 points, 31. They have defeated Gualia.
Here the teams coming back out to the park at the Cardiff Arms Park on the 27th of December, a Welsh Christmas derby here in the capital. Breathon will be hoping to bounce back as soon as they can in this second half. They're playing with the wind. Let's see how much advantage that will give the visitors, because the home side, Gualia, are leading at the moment. Bonus points secured in the first half as well. 4 tries to 1, 24 points to 7. And Caris Hughes getting us underway for the second half here. Chanel Williams just making sure she gathered that one for Breathon. The ball comes out towards the wing. Amelia Tutt gets her legs free and finally taken to ground. Lockwood looks out. Let's see what Breathon have got in reply to the strong first half that Gualia displayed here. No way through for Gabby Heelan, the only try scorer for Breathon in the first half.
No, it's off the leg.
Branwen Metcalf. Oh, but Molly Reardon thought she had her hands on it, but it wasn't meant to be. Knock on though. So Gualia will have possession, but in the form of a scrum.
It's almost like the first half, isn't it, where the start of the first half where Breathon started with some good continuity and phase play. You know, they look much quicker in the contact area to support their players, because Gualia really took their opportunities and turned them over quite a few times. So it looks like they've had a message at half time to speed up their urgency in the contact area. But Talia John, I think, will be disappointed with that. Just a handling error gifting Gualia the ball back.
Yeah, Natalia John, over 40 Welsh caps to her name. An experienced international, playing at lock for Breathon. Good scrum by Gualia. Breathon did come out on top in that regards in the first half. So Gualia will be happy with that solid scrum to start off the second half.
Time off.
I think Nia for Jason has hurt herself. Landing, oh.
She does look in a bit of pain, doesn't she, Nia for Jason?
Yeah. I don't think we want to see that on screen. I think her ankle doesn't look in too good of a place.
Nia for Jason, definitely in a bit of pain on that further side of the pitch. Does look like it's an ankle injury, and we just hope for the best and hope that Nia for Jason and the injury isn't as bad as it first looked. And not too sure how it happened. Eleanor, did you see it?
Yeah, she went up to compete for the ball. Sian Jones put a competitive box kick up, and then there was a competition in the air, so she went up to compete for the ball, and I think she must have just come down awkwardly on her ankle there. Really sad to see. She's been going so well this season. You know, obviously had a spell in the GB shirt on the 7 circuit, and then had her first opportunity here. She's looked bright, took a try very well in the first half. So
yeah, she's definitely an emerging Welsh talent. Just looking to see the...
I think we'll have Nikita Prothero coming on the pitch now once they've...
Yeah, the stretcher is on for Jason. The winger making her first start in the Celtic Challenge today as well. What a disappointing end to her first game, or first starts this season. You breed talents in your school, Eleanor. Nia for Jason went to the same school, Ysgol Plas Mawr here in Cardiff, the same school as you, same school as other rugby players. Theo Cabango, if I remember correctly, before he moved to Glantaf to the academy. Also, brother of Ben Cabango, Swansea football captain. You do breed talent in that school.
Don't we? And well, from a Welsh rugby perspective, Catrin Edwards was my PE teacher. Prop for Wales, plenty of caps, very talented player, and I think she's probably been part of the reason that so many of us female Welsh rugby players have come through that system.
It does make a difference when you've got such talented teachers, especially in the PE department. So it does look like Nikita Prothero, wearing 23 on her back, will be the replacement once Nia for Jason is safely carried off the pitch. And I'm sure she will be greeted with the applause of the crowd here at the Arms Park. Plenty of people come out to watch this game today in the sunshine, and they're all wishing well, I'm sure, for a quick and speedy recovery to Nia for Jason. And we're hoping to see her back out on that pitch as soon as possible.
Yeah, definitely hope it's not as bad as it first looked. You can see Sian there going and giving her a little high five. She seems in okay spirits coming off. Very positive character, Nia is.
So we will be going back to the further side of the pitch for the line out for Gualia. Only 2 minutes played of the second half. And Gualia looking to add to their 4 tries in the first half. And decided to kick the ball this time. And they find touch.
It's not often you see teams with both second rows out off a line out, and that's what we've got with or what we did have with Tilly and Alau both out, but they're both such good ball carriers that really make dents there.
Good line up from Chanel Williams, the hooker. The ball is out quickly to midfield. And a strong challenge again between the forwards of both sides. Oh, Fionn Williams couldn't quite gather that, but it's fine. There was no knocked on.
They have been turned over though, I think, in the ruck.
Oh, Gualia will be happy with their performance here, putting pressure on Breathon and getting the possession so close to the try line. They're edging in, they're into their opposition 22 now, but Breathon, great defence. They've managed to get their hands on the ball. Branwen Metcalf looks to go right. This is Seren Singleton, dragged into touch, and it will be a Gualia throw-in. What an exciting passage of play, back and forth.
It is back and forth, isn't it? Like in the contact area, I think Amber's allowing a lot a lot to go on. We heard a lot of the crowd not too happy with that turnover there, because it looked like the player was potentially off her feet, but allowed it to go ahead, and she's been consistent with both sides. So
no one really grabbing a hold of this second half so far. I'm sure that stoppage of play because of the injury to Nia for Jason didn't help things, but that ball did go backwards according to Amber Stamp.
I think
she is
Gwalia
closer to where the play than where we are.
Very true.
Molly Anderson-Thomas now making strides forward. The hooker, Molly Reardon. The captain, Bryony King, now is pushed back as Gualia offload the ball to Aloe Pierce, but then she finds a red shirt. She finds Chanel Williams. That's not where she wanted that ball to go. Breathon are lucky here. There was no one to pass out to. Stella Oren did look to her left, but there was no one there, so she had to go to ground. Natalia John now. Elan Jones. And Gabby Heelan puts the kick in, only as far as a blue shirt. Kelsey. No, this is Nikita Prothero, the replacement winger. No one can get a hold of this ball. It's lively out there.
It is lively. That's a really good way of describing it. I think the ball in play is very high. There's long periods of ball in play. We watched this replay here. She made an instant impact, hasn't she? Great ball carrying there, and really good ability to ball transfer, fend and keep on her feet. Just unfortunate that the offload didn't go to hand. It's interesting to see that Breathon don't seem to be kicking so much. I would have thought that they would have had the wind, although maybe the wind's died down. It's really hard to tell from where we are, but I definitely think they'll be wanting to kick a bit more and gain a little bit of territory.
The ball is like hot potato. That's another way to describe it, isn't it?
It is, and you know what? Like I think we might be seeing a different way of playing as a nation. You know, we're not the biggest nation, so probably keeping the ball alive and moving the ball. Lots of touches on the ball, offloading, taking teams on. We saw how successful Canada were in the Women's World Cup with that over the summer. And I don't know if that might be starting to bleed through, but it's an exciting way of attacking, and it's what people want to see.
Well, the crowds here today will be glad they've seen 5 tries this afternoon. And if they support Gualia, they'll be even happier. It's Gualia coach Kat Nicholas McLaughlin there. What will be going through her mind, Eleanor? Her team are safely ahead at this point in the game, I would suggest.
Yes, they definitely are. However, if the wind is how we are, then you know we think they're going into the wind. I'm pretty sure she would have said more of the same at half time. Definitely go through them, continue to go through them, continue to challenge the contact area. But also that complementing the forwards and backs ball play, just moving the point of contact, really challenging Breathon's defence.
And the stoppage in play would have just halted any momentum either team had. And the medics coming on in this second half just shows you how physical it is out there. Breathon will have the put-in into this scrum.
Coach!
Seren Lockwood with her hands on the ball. And Breathon will be looking for another strong performance in this set piece.
Another scrum penalty there to Breathon. They'll be happy with that. A chance to now clear their lines under a bit less pressure.
Yeah, the scrum performed well for Breathon in the first half, and it continues to do so. But they opt to run.
They must be going into the wind. It is a difficult place to kick from the middle of the pitch, but Fionnu's definitely got the length on her kick.
It's very hard to tell which way the wind is going from where we are up here. But Breathon do gain some ground. That kick
She's okay there, but knock on first.
has given them some advantage, and there was a knock on by Gualia, so Breathon will go again with a scrum.
I think Breathon were unlucky not to get the penalty there. The tackler rolled into the arriving players, which affected their ability to clear the contact area, but they've got, like you said, another scrum. I wonder if we'll see Branwen keep the ball in here to try and go for another scrum penalty.
Can retreat all the way back.
Breathon also looking towards their bench to make changes soon.
Yeah, they've got Hannah Marshall on the bench. She started at 10 last week and then moved to fullback, so it'd be interesting to see where they bring her on, whether they bring her on at fly half or at fullback.
But let's see what comes of this passage of play first. The ball is out. Into midfield they come. Gabby Heelan.
Tackle now, release!
She uses her strength. She's finally taken to the floor. Breathon doing well here.
She's on the body.
To gain ground, trying to break that gain line. Big collision once again, and it was a high shot, so it's an advantage. Free play for Breathon. Williams decides to go long to Gabby Heelan, but Amber Stamp will bring us back. No advantage, and we're back for that penalty for the high tackle.
Yeah, I think Gualia might be getting a message on around discipline. There's a few penalties now that have just allowed some easy exits for Breathon. We can now see them have the opportunity to kick deep into Gwalia's half.
Just short of the 22, but nonetheless a promising position for Breathon.
Time's off. Just hold and pad in. Just hold.
So they've taken Gabby Heelan off. I'm not sure if that means whether Fionn Williams goes to
Time back on.
12 potentially.
9.
So Hannah Marshall is now on wearing the 23 shirt. Lockwood. A quick inside pass. Chanel Williams uses her strength. And Breathon just creeping in here to Gwalia's 22. Edging. Amy Williams. That ball is to nowhere. It is gathered by Hannah Marshall, and we play on.
The ball's there.
Oh, but the turnover is good for Gwalia Lightning.
No hands, red. That's a rock.
I think that's Maisie Davis, isn't it?
Maisie Davis, 12 international caps to her name. Oh, Alau Per seeing the gap. What a pass it was to her as well. Good work from Gwalia. And quick ball now. Prothero out.
Stop,
to Molly Anderson-Thomas, who decides to kick. And again, it's breathless out there, non-stop. Back and forth possession.
2. Yes.
Moves from Breathon to Gwalia, and Kat Richards chases her own kick.
She's not on the ball.
She's trying to make sure she gets the advantage there, but Breathon do well. And Robin Davis emerges from the bottom of that ruck. And that was Hannah Marshall who kicked that ball, but only as far as Courtney Greenway. Maisie Davis takes the tackle. Webster to Anderson-Thomas. But there was a knock on, another unforced error by Gualia. They'll be disappointed with that one.
Oh yeah, so we see Hannah Marshall just on the pitch, and Bryony King welcoming her to the game with a little bit of a late shot. Not too much in it, but just a late shot to remind her that she's there. 8 on 10. It's another stoppage in play now, and this is the challenge really as a player, is when you're in the heat of the moment and the momentum of the game. And it's been quite a high intensity game, especially in the first half, but second half seems to have more breaks to it, a few more injuries or stoppages. And then it's how do you stay focused, how do you stay switched on, and that's where you really see the leaders in the team. So who brings the team in, who makes sure that the team stays focused.
It definitely halts the momentum, doesn't it? But it also gives the girls a chance to catch their breath, because it is relentless out there. That ball is not off the park very often.
No, ball in play time does feel very high, which is great, because you want to be challenging yourself and playing against in games like this, because when you play against the top teams in the world, ball in play time does tend to be quite high.
Played 12 minutes of this second half and no score. Up to now, all the points have come in that first half. It was a busy first half here at the Arms Park. Who will score first?
Set!
In this second half, as Breathon hope for another strong scrum. Metcalf emerges from the back of that one. Does well. Lockwood looks what's on. Playing from deep, Breathon. But Gwalia making sure they put pressure on. I thought that was a knock-on, but we keep on playing. Ellie Tromans. And now Natalia John takes the tackle well. Now they kick through Marshall. And a good kick from the replacement. Hannah Marshall does well to gain some ground there.
Yeah, it's a great kick, just pushing Gualia back into their own territory, and she kept it nice and low.
Let's see if there was a knock-on here. It definitely looked like it from where we were watching the game, and yeah, it does look like there was a knock-on.
But Amber Samp is closer to it than we are.
Of course she is.
We are very high in the stands here.
We are very high. It's a good view though from where we are, but we're not as close to the action as the woman in the middle, Amber Stamp, who has the final say here this afternoon. As Gwalia looks to go through the motions. And Sian Jones puts the box kick up. It's more like a game of football out there now.
Did that bounce in?
There will be another line out.
Hannah puts Gwalia straight back where they just were.
Edge. Yeah, take the edge, take the edge. Edge.
It does indeed. So Molly Reardon prepares to throw into this line out. Pace has definitely slowed down in this second half. A good clean line out, taken well. Good platform for Gwalia. What can they do here? Alo Pierce.
It's a great tackle by Seren Singleton on Alo Pierce there. Sometimes you just have to grab a foot and hold on tight.
Gwalia just going through the motions. Good hands. That was unfortunate. They're pushed back. Breathon will be happy with that one, so they're forced to kick. But we will come back.
So that was a real opportunity there for Gwalia to make a break. She has given the penalty.
So it will be a penalty for Gwalia. They can gain some grounds here through Caris Hughes. How far can she get this one? She would have hoped for more.
Yeah, perfect there.
It was great interplay leading up to that, though, and leading up to the penalty. It was good to see Bryony King working round, and again, I just love the interplay between the forwards and backs that Gwalia have brought today.
Yes. Not
Working
straight.
well. Oh, it wasn't straight. So that will be Breathon ball, as both teams went up for that one. It will be a scrum to the Reds.
We've got really good platforms.
Which I don't think Breathon will mind, will they? Another scrum.
Absolutely not. They've had great success in the scrum today.
Sean, you're okay.
You can just see confirmation there that that line out wasn't quite straight.
Crouch!
Again, the wind, you never
Bind.
know, playing a big part
Set!
in that today. Branwen Metcalf out to Lockwood. Oh, great line. And they find the gap. And they see there's a gap in front of them as well. Ellie Tromans did well there. Gualia putting the pressure on, and they've got the advantage as well. I think it was a knock-on by Ellie Tromans in the end. That's exactly what it was, but it was good play from Breathon, and Ellie Tromans, brilliant effort from herself.
Yeah, it was great play, and I think we saw the same scrum in the first half, same scrum play where they went out the back. So this time, really good option by Hannah Marshall there. You can see she throws the sort of fake pass looking out the back, but just lifts to Ellie Tromans, who does well. Probably would have liked to see a ball transfer here, so she could have got a fend in on Kat Richards. Does well to stay in field, but that because she hasn't transferred that ball, it allows Kat Richards, who's defended her well, to get the turnover. But Kelsey Webster, I think, has been outstanding in those wide channels, in really challenging the ruck. It's like having a back rower out in the wide channels, and that's where Gwalia, I think, have really looked to target Breathon.
Strong scrum where Bryony King, the captain for Gwalia, emerges, and Gwalia looking to play the ball now and take advantage of the space that's out there. Courtney Greenway puts her foot on the gas. She looks round. Who has she got in support? Does she need support? Yes, she does. Brilliant tackle by Seren Singleton. Just slowed that passage of play down. But here they come. Molly Reardon crosses over for the home side, and Gualia, that's their 5th try of the afternoon, and it comes to Welsh international Molly Reardon.
Oh, it's a great try, isn't it? Love to see the backs running wild down the wing there. Thought Courtney Greenway might finish it herself, but it was a brilliant covering tackle by Seren Singleton to cover. So we can see the initial break here by Courtney Greenway. Looks to pass, decides to go for it. Great tackle by Seren Singleton. She's so good at that. But most importantly, quick ruck here. Sian Jones is straight there to feed Molly Anderson-Thomas, and then manages to stay alive in the contact, get the offload away, and Molly Reardon finishes from close.
And Caris Hughes just adds the extra 2 points for Gwalia. And they're comfortably in the lead here now at the Arms Park. Let's just have another look at that try. And Molly Reardon just making sure she used her strength and crossed over for that one. Gwalia lead 31 points to 7. Oh, Breathon will be happy with that restart. They've managed to gather possession, stolen the ball off Alau Pearce in the blue shirt. Oh, Lockwood sees the gap, goes herself. Good vision from the scrum half. Need a reply quickly here from Breathon so they don't let this game slip away from them. Fionn Williams just getting caught a bit.
Tackle now, release! Release the ground. Get back.
Lockwood. Finley Jones takes the tackle, places the ball back. Going through the motions again. Marshall decides to go for the long pass to Seren Singleton. Just gives Gwalia time though. And they're counter-rucking, but they don't manage to get much out of that. So Breathon are still in possession, but they are being pushed back by Gualia here. Gualia defence standing strong. John. Chanel Williams places the ball back to Lockwood. Marshall. Oh, good hands. Has gone backwards. Gualia are standing their ground. They'll be happy with this defensive set, Eleanor.
Yeah, it's a really good defensive set.
They've just given that penalty away, so there was an advantage to Breathon there, but Amber Stamp does call time on that passage of play. We have got a Brython Thunder player down at the touchline closest to us here. So as that player receives medical attention, the teams will be able to catch their breath a little bit. Breathon will be disappointed though that their momentum has been halted there.
Yeah, and I think it was good continuity, but they weren't really going forward. They seemed to be going from side to side. You know, really good patience defence there by Gualia.
Breathon using this opportunity to make changes. Fionn Lewis, Welsh international, 33 caps to her name, comes on at scrum half.
And then Mia Half-Bowen on as well. And we can see Robin Davis there, who's been suffering with cramp. Ever so dramatic on the sideline there, getting her calf stretched by Lucy Isaac.
So Seren Lockwood's afternoon on the pitch is over here. She's looked good when she's had the ball. We just saw her trying to take advantage of a gap in front of her, but it's good vision from the young scrum half as well.
Yeah, good vision, great confidence, and you know, if you give her a half gap, she'll definitely take it. She's so dangerous, sniping around the rucks. So a real strength of her game is her ball carrying ability and her strength in contact. I think she's been really good with speed of ball and feeding the forwards and the backs when she's had the opportunity.
But an experienced player in Fionn Lewis taking to the pitch now once we get this game back underway. One of the Breathon players just receiving some treatment. Pretty sure it's Breathon winger Amelia Tutt. That's down. Let's hope she's not in too much pain. She is receiving a lot of medical attention, so let's just hope that she's okay. Amelia Tutt has excelled in athletics as well as rugby. She's a very, very quick runner, as we've seen today, but ranking in the top 20 for sprint hurdles in the UK. That was her sport of choice on the athletic track.
That would explain the leg drive when she's running. She's got really good leg drive.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick look at Gwalia's 5th try then.
It was a lovely ball by Kelsey Webster. She could sense the space there, releasing the outside backs, and that's what I've loved, is we've seen the backs running in a lot of space and seeing them have the opportunity to finish. Great decision here by Courtney to keep the ball in hand, just wait for her support to get there. And then Molly Reardon, again, one of the fittest forwards certainly on the pitch. First in support there and getting herself a try.
Yeah, Molly Reardon in the right place to receive that ball and finish that try off perfectly. And it was a great, well-worked try from Gualia, running from within their own, nearly within their own half, making sure that they making sure that they capitalised on the territory, and they came away with the points as well. 5 tries to 1 here at the Arms Park in the first Welsh derby of the season between Gwalia Lightning and Brython Thunder. Both sides looking for their first win in this competition this year, and both sides looking to better their position in the league last year. Gualia finished 3rd, Breathon just below them on 4th, but there was a bit of a gap in the points. There was a bit of a difference in the points between both sides last season, if I remember correctly. Gualia getting the better of the games during last season.
Yeah, they did, and you know, they had some good results, and they picked up a lot of losing bonus points. They had a lot of tight matches as well, and in a competition like this, losing bonus points or 4 try bonus points are also really important. And I think that's what Gwalia did really well, is they tried to take something from most games, whether they won or lost them. So that did push them quite comfortably towards the top of the table. And this year now it'll be really interesting, because if they'd have had knockouts last year, it would have been interesting to see how Gwalia had fared in a semi-final, because once you get to knockouts, anything can happen. So that then gives you the opportunity to still potentially win the league, despite even if you finish 3rd or 4th.
And we're seeing Gwen Crabb, Breathon captain there, being the water carrier for Breathon today, and it's just unfortunate that she's out with that knee injury, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and you know, that experience, I think Gwen Crabb has been one of the first to announce that she's left Gloucester Hartpury and come back to Breathon, and that's really important, because it sort of sets the scene now for hopefully players to start coming back to this competition. You know, if they're not getting that much game time in the PWR, they have to be playing rugby, especially leading into the Six Nations. So I think we'll see more of a trend of that, more contracted players come back potentially over the next couple of weeks or rounds as well. It's perfect timing, there's a break in the PWR, so if there are any players that haven't had a whole lot of game time, I think we might see them coming back, but great to see hopefully Gwen sharing her experience there.
And bragging rights are up for grabs today, of course, not just this season, but Gwalia took the spoils in both derbies last season. So Breathon looking for their first win over Gwalia. It seems like they've got a mountain to climb in the last 20 minutes of this match, thanks to the 5 tries that Gwalia have managed to clock on the board this afternoon. The defence from Gwalia have just stood their ground and have asserted their dominance, and they've not let Breathon play the game they want to play.
Yeah, you know, we both coaches know each other very well. Kat and Ash, they both coach for Wales under-20s together as well, both with very different styles of play as well. So they'll know each other really well, and it's really interesting. So you've got Kat, who's a defence coach, Ash is an attack coach. I think you know, Gwalia's defence has been good. They've been very patient, and once they cut out the few penalties that they gave in the first half, they've really managed Breathon quite well and nullified Breathon's threat.
There he is, Ashley Beck, head coach of Brython Thunder.
The legend Lisa Burgess stood next to him as well.
Yeah, Lisa Burgess, also former Wales international, of course.
Time on then.
As the crowd wish Amelia Tutt well as she is carried off the pitch.
Given a thumbs up as well, which is really good to see. I think she may have taken a head knock.
Let's hope that Amelia Tutt recovers quickly from that injury as we get back underway for the final 20 minutes here at the Arms Park in this derby between Gwalia Lightning and Brython Thunder. Fionn Lewis is first.
Okay, use it now.
Scrum of the game at scrum half. And that pass was just a little bit inaccurate. Fionn Williams does well to take control of it though. Oh, good quick ball from Natalia John there. Both sides have brought on replacements or finishers, as they're called in the game these days. Oh, Metcalf just couldn't gather that one cleanly. So Kelsey Webster for Gwalia Lightning now. Chloe Thomas Bradley, the replacement prop. She's the one that took that tackle. Alo Pierce now. Amber Stamp, the referee, deciding that Gwalia have gained enough ground. Oh, strong tackle from Seren Singleton once again. We've seen her do many of those this afternoon.
Tackle now, release!
Yeah, she's such an athlete, Seren Singleton, and very versatile as well. She played a lot of her career at 9 as well.
Bryony King thought she was through there, but Breathon regained possession. Fionn Lewis decides to kick. Prothero, Nikita Prothero, trying to fool the defence.
Hold on! Off the boot.
Hannah Marshall under a bit of pressure.
Take a step, Ray.
And Gwalia do regain possession. Once again, the game's restarted and it's non-stop, back and forth.
There's a real opportunity. Breathon are very narrow in defence. They did well to slow that ball down.
Oh, Richard, she sees the opportunity. Out to Prothero. Again, good defence from Breathon. Pierce. Once again, wading through the defence, one by one.
She's just sent players, anyone who tries to tackle her, she sends them flying.
Katie Bevan is that player for Gwalia that hasn't got a number on her back. She's the one that took that tackle. Evie Hill now. Gwalia can taste another try. 5 metres out. They're edging ever closer. On the hunt for a victory. Surely the next try will seal the deal, if it's not already done here at the Arms Park. Pick and go once again. Chloe Thomas Bradley now. Which way will they go? They're pushed back. Branwen Metcalf for Breathon. Breathon will be exhausted with this defensive set. Getting the backs on the ball now. Gwalia, again, Seren Singleton doing what she's been doing all afternoon.
No hands there, Red.
Strong in defence. Bryony King, Gwalia captain. She fancies a try, but she's short. Alo Pierce wanting another one. Again, they're pushed back. Fionn Lewis on the defence now for Breathon. Breathon will be happy with this defensive set. As the forwards and the backs now. Here come Gwalia. Corny Greeno passes out to the wings, and it was a knock on, so Breathon, they escaped that, but there was a penalty. We were also already playing advantage for a penalty for Gwalia.
No surprise to see Seren Singleton come away from that as well. I don't know how she was on the other side of the pitch, because just a second ago she was defending on this side, but just shows the work rate and fitness and physical ability she's got there. And first on, as soon as Gwalia made a mistake, first to dive on the ball. She's really kept Breathon, well, kept Gwalia out in this last 10 minutes.
No wonder she needed a gel pack to replenish her energy, as Gwalia come once more. Breathon will need to be strong.
The ball's there, it's a blue hand.
In defence once again as Gwalia go through the motions. They're ever closer to that try line now.
New advantage, Red.
The forwards just getting their noses in front. They're short, they have to go again. They thought they were there. Bryony King stands up as though she's scored the try. And the try is good. Amber Stamp was there. She saw the captain, Bryony King, put the ball on the line, which means Gualia are further ahead, and surely that is the win in the bag. Let's see this one again, Eleanor.
It's really hard to tell from this camera angle.
We can't see from where we are, but as we've said in this game, Amber Stamp right there, in the perfect place to see that ball being placed on the line.
Yeah, we could see it being grounded there. So I think Chloe Thomas-Bradley got held up a little bit just before the line, and then Bryony was there, and I think instead of rucking over, she just picked and placed it on the try line. So it's a great conversion by Carrie Sales.
Conversion is good, and that was Bryony King's. Oh, we thought that was Bryony King's last play of the game, but she is back on. She thought she was being subbed, but it's actually Aloe Pierce that's coming off.
I think Aloe's had an outstanding game. I think she's been the point of difference at times. So we'll see Gualia exit now. I don't think they've got a winger chasing that, so there's an opportunity. Oh, it's a great touch by Amy Williams, showing the football in her. Just controlling the ball with her feet then and kicking it up to herself. Lovely bit of skill. But Gualia have absolutely hammered that contact area.
Gwalia 38, Brython Thunder 7 here at the Arms Park. 10 minutes left to play.
Hold in front.
Breathon are not giving up, even though the victory is well and truly out of sight by now. Gwalia will be celebrating at the end of the afternoon, but there's 10 more minutes of rugby to play. What can Breathon show in the last 10 minutes? And that is a good start. Getting the turnover and getting a chance to play.
Yeah, it's a great turnover by Fionn Lewis. Not something that I've often seen from her, but you know, showing the versatility there and hoping that she's doing her best to give her team the best opportunity to get a try.
Yeah, Breathon not managed to get any points on the board since the first half, so they will be looking to capitalise on this territory that they've got here in just inside Gwalia's 22.
So let's go back to the edge and let red come into us.
It's taken cleanly in the line.
Who's at the front?
The rolling maul comes now. They've gained some good ground here, Breathon. They'll be looking to recycle it quickly. And they go through Natalia John.
Blue step.
Branwen Metcalf now. Lewis to Marshall.
Knock on advantage.
And the ball's been knocked on. Possession Gwalia. So they have the advantage. Breathon will be disappointed with that. We'll come back for the scrum though. It was a great opportunity for Breathon that just has gone a miss.
Yeah, it feels like it kind of sums up Breathon's game really. They've done some good things and had some good continuity with the ball in hand, but then just mistakes, either getting turned over in the contact area or sort of handling errors has let them down. But again, you could flip that and say that the Gwalia have put some good defensive pressure on them to force those errors. What you do know is both teams know each other very, very well, but both sets of players have played with and against each other a lot, so they'll know each other's strengths and weaknesses inside out.
Absolutely. Breathon's scrum has gone well all afternoon, but we've got a new front row now for Breathon, and they'll be hoping to show what they can offer and continue the good work of their teammates. Well, they're doing well. They're strong, Breathon. And they win the penalty. Great work from the Breathon pack there.
Well, it's one area that they've definitely dominated in, isn't it? Is the scrum, so they'll be very happy with that.
Very happy indeed, because they did have the possession. They lost the ball, and they've managed to scrum their way back into possession, and they decided to go for another scrum. No shock there.
No, and it shows growth from the last game. I think last week they again were quite dominant in the scrum, had some scrum penalties, but then opted to quick tap in this same area. And you almost want to stay with your strengths, play your strengths, and really turn the screw. Once you have one scrum penalty, you want to go for another. So good to see them learn from last week.
Set. Stop. Stop. Both sides down.
But we will reset that scrum. Amber Stamp not happy with that one, so they'll get another opportunity. The forwards. Gualia will be thrilled to get the win here today, won't they, after narrowly missing out in Ireland last week. But let's see what Breathon has to say about that. They'll be hoping for a consolation try at least, and they've got the advantage. Here they come, Williams out to Marshall. Miss pass out to the wing. Amy Williams, the fullback, was on the wing. She's so close, but she's stopped just short. Going through the motions now, Breathon. Gualia just trying to stand their ground. There was no advantage, so we will come back for the penalty.
Yeah, good to see Amber Stamp allow that scrum penalty advantage to be played by the backs. It's a free play, so good to see them go wide.
And I think they'll opt for another scrum. Oh, they don't. Marshall will kick to the line.
Maybe the front row have said they've had enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Marshall say she wanted for them to go for a scrum. Yeah. But to the line they go, to the touch line, and an attacking opportunity here from the line out. A driving maul will do.
Girls, if you're not going, please get back, okay? Please make sure we're 10.
Just
Thank you.
see Sophie Wah coming on in the front row for Gualia.
Time on. Obstruction.
Here they come.
8 steps round the jumper.
There was an obstruction. And unfortunate for Breathon, they couldn't do anything with that attacking opportunity that they had. And Gualia regained possession.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that. They'll have definitely wanted to finish the game on their terms and on a high by scoring some points. Not that it'll affect the outcome of the game or give them a bonus point, but more mentally to finish the game with a bit of confidence.
And perhaps they just haven't been as clinical as they would have liked today, Breathon.
Time back on.
And it will be time soon, Eleanor, to have a think about who you might want to choose as the player of the match. We've had some standout performances by a few players this afternoon. You've got time. You've got time.
There's quite a lot to choose from, to be fair.
So yeah, as Eleanor decides who she wants to give player of the match to, Gualia will be looking, or some players might want to play themselves into Eleanor's good books. And that's Bevans for Gualia. And Bryony King, the latest try scorer and captain. Ball out now to Molly Wakely. Oh, great break by the captain, Bryony King. She sees who was there. It was Bevans, but she just couldn't gather that pass, and it's knocked on. So it will be another scrum. Right. Have you had enough time, Eleanor, to have a think?
I have, and I will run through with the people who I think have impressed. I think Sarah Singleton of Breathon has been great, especially defensively. Stella Orin has put in a great shift from loose head. And then over to Gualia, I think Kelsey Webster has done really well. Bryony King, we saw her make a break there. She's done brilliantly. And Maisie Davis continuing her form from last week. But for me, the difference in this game and the real standout has been Alau Pearce. I think in attack, she's looked so physical, constantly beat the first or second defender that's come to attack her. Her work rate in defence, cover tackles. I think Alau Pearce really deserves player of the match today.
Alau Pearce then named player of the match by Eleanor Snowsill, as Amy Williams just knocks that ball on. And unforced error has been a theme of this game this afternoon by both sides, but the difference has definitely been Gwalia's defence here at the Arms Park this afternoon. Breathon have had not much opportunity apart from that early try that they scored in the first half, and Gualia have dominated in attack as well.
Set!
It's a real statement to the league, isn't it? Gualia putting this many points on, 6 tries.
Absolutely,
and their rivals.
Yeah, it will definitely give them a boost before round 3, where they head up to Glasgow and to Scotstoun on Saturday the 10th of January.
Coach!
Breathon will be home in their next game. They welcome the Clovers.
Set!
It'll be a cold game for Gualia. Travelling to Scotland in January is one of the worst. I've played many a game in the snow up in Scotland at that time of the year.
And it is bitterly cold in the Welsh capital today, so I can't imagine how it's going to be up in Scotland in a few weeks' time.
Coach!
But Gualia today have been so clinical when they've had the opportunities.
Set!
Showed and asserted their dominance on the park here in the capital. And Bevans just unfortunately couldn't get that ball away. So Fionn Lewis and Amy Williams combine for Breathon. Let's see if they get the final say here at the Arms Park, as the clock turns red. They will have to play and not kick the ball away now, Breathon, if they want anything else out of this match. But the ball is loose and gathered by Gualia, and it's an advantage for them.
Tackle now, release!
Do they know the clock's hit to 80? Even if they do, they want more, Gualia. Bevans out. The back, they go, Prothero to Richards. Richards taking that tackle well. Once again, the forwards bully their way through this Breathon defence. The ball is loose though, and Marshall. It's a race between Marshall and Greenway, but Amber Stamp is having none of it. Offside was the call, so we're coming back for a Gualia penalty. That would have been a great ending to this match, Eleanor, if that was able to, you're allowed to play that.
Yeah, it would have been a really good ending. Be interesting to see the replay to see whether she was offside. I'm not sure if Amber saw it herself or if it was called on. I can't tell from this angle.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
Doesn't look like, well, from that angle. Anyway, Gwalia have kicked the ball to touch, and
Take a step.
they will get the final say here at the Arms Park. There's time for this attacking line out, according to Amber Stamp. Clock showing 82 here at the Arms Park. And Gwalia looking to add to their score. They're not satisfied with 6 tries. They want another one. Good contest in the line. Here comes the rolling maul. Oh, but it's been turned over, and it's Amy Morgan, the replacement hooker, who had her hands on that ball. And it's now Hoswen James
Knock on
who was
first.
taken to ground, but it's a knock-on. And that is it. That knock-on will bring the first Welsh derby this season in the Celtic Challenge to an end. And the bragging rights go to the ladies in blue. Gwalia Lightning asserted their dominance here today. They were clinical in attack and defence. And they take the spoils at the Arms Park. It's finished. Gwalia Lightning 38, Brython Thunder 7. Let's take a look through the tries that we've seen here this afternoon. Some of them have been Christmas crackers, haven't they? This was the first one for Gualia, and Kelsey Webster, showed her power, and the Breathon defence had no answers. Her and Nia Jason combining brilliantly on that wing to score Gwalia's first try of the afternoon in the sunshine in the Welsh capital. And Kelsey Webster, she wasn't happy with just one try this afternoon. She wanted a second, and she got that one. It was great play from all the backs in blue. Caris Hughes starting that one off, and Kelsey Webster, the centre, finishing it brilliantly. Just slipping through the tackle. Two red shirts couldn't do anything about it. Fiona Williams, who did well with this kick for Breathon to put Gualia under pressure. Misunderstanding between Caris Hughes and Nia for Jason, which meant Gabby Heelan capitalised and got Breathon back in the game. 5 points the difference after 17 minutes of play. Breathon were well and truly in the game after Gabby Heelan hit back with this one. There was only 3 points in it when Alaw pierced the lock. Choked the third try on the board for Gwalia Lightning. And there she goes. And Alopers was in everywhere on that park today. No wonder Eleanor Snowsill named her player of the match. But this fourth try, this bonus point try for Nia for Jason, was a corker, wasn't it? The GB7's player, who unfortunately left the park with an injury at the start of the second half. We wish Nia for Jason well, but at least she scored her first try this season here today. And it took us quite a bit into the second half before anyone got any points on the board this afternoon. We were just closing in on the 58th minute this was. We were just entering the last 20 minutes of play when Gwalia Lightning made sure that today was their day. A Molly Reardon claiming the 5th try as the sun sets on the Welsh capital this afternoon. And again, the forwards were well and truly physical and dominant this afternoon, weren't they, for Gwalia Lightning? And the captain, Brython King, scoring the final try for Gwalia Lightning this afternoon, making sure that her team secured the win at the Arms Park, 38 points to 7. And we can head down pitch side to Eleanor Snowsill now, who's being joined by Breathon head coach Ashley Beck.
Ashley, commiserations on that performance. How do you evaluate it?
I thought it just showed the difference when you've got big physical forwards that can kind of get you on the front foot. I mean, as an attack coach, you always want to look pretty and you want to be able to get that ball to the right places. But ultimately, when you've got that much punch, Tilly Vicage, Aloe, it's easy to play on front football, and it's hard to stop. Like, we worked a bit in the week about getting double shots on them guys, and you can do it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but as the game starts going on, you know, people like Brython King starting to go through little gaps as well, and it just shows what like rugby is a physical game, and you've got to be able to do it both sides of the ball. Yeah,
definitely. Changing half-backs this week, 2 young half-backs with Seren Lockwood, Fionn Williams. How do you think they went today?
If I'm honest, that first 40 minutes, obviously you watched it from up top, it looked like we created a lot of chances. It was just the last pass or the ball just spilling out of a ruck. I think if we kept them balls at the right times, the girls worked hard enough, and all fairness to Sarah, and she looked knackered at one point because she was just going from ruck to ruck, and we just weren't clinical enough. When we got the sucker punch ready, we weren't clinical enough to take it.
And what areas will you be looking to target now, a bit ahead of your next game?
I think keep going on what we've been going after, the connections and defence. There's a lot around 22-metre attack, but how we can probably get in there, but also how can we create speed of ball, how can we play on top, because in all fairness to Gualia, when they get in there, they're pretty clinical and made us pay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Let's take a look then at today's results. Edinburgh taking the spoils up in Scotland earlier today, 31-25 the final score between them and Glasgow. Edinburgh's first win of the competition this season, and the last game of round 2 will take place on the 3rd of January. Clovers against Wolfhounds at 3 o'clock next Saturday. And just confirmation of the score and the final score here today: Gwalia Lightning beating Thunder 38-7. What has that done to the table then? Gwalia Lightning leapfrog to the top of the table with that win, 7 points, joint on points with Glasgow, but they are on the top of the table with point difference. So Gwalia Lightning will be happy with that. On the other end, Brython Thunder yet to secure a point this season. Let's get the thoughts of player of the match. Allo Pierce is joining Eleanor.
Allo, congratulations, setting a game, player of the match. How did you find that?
Thank you. Yeah, it was a really physical game, really fast. We were on edge at times, but I think we came out with a win in the end, so it was really good.
Definitely, and how is it to play in the Cardiff Arms Park opposite a really good crowd?
Yeah, it's really good, especially playing our other Welsh team. It's really nice to play friends sometimes, just to joke around and that competitiveness against them.
Any rivalries on the pitch then? Because obviously you guys know each other really well, played under 20s together, some of you play university together. How is it playing against your friends and teammates?
It's strange, but it's quite fun at times as well because everyone just bickers, but yeah, it's fun to play each other and just go out there and have fun.
You look like you're having fun. Diolch, Allo, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at round 3 then. What have these teams got coming up in the next round of the Celtic Challenge? Saturday, 10th of January at 12:30, we'll see Glasgow Warriors welcome Gwalia Lightning. And Gualia will be chomping at the bits to head up to Scotland after such a convincing win here in the Arms Park today. And then that is followed by Edinburgh, who welcome Wolfhounds at 3 o'clock before Brython Thunder face Clovers on Sunday the 11th of January at midday. Hopefully we'll be able to hear the thoughts of winning coach Katniken McLaughlin of Gwalia Lightning. She'll be speaking to Eleanor Snowsill shortly, and I'm sure she will be a very thrilled head coach. Right then, let's head down to pitch side to get the thoughts of Gwalia's coach, Katniken McLaughlin, with Eleanor.
Kat, huge congratulations on a brilliant performance here at Cardiff Arms Park. How do you evaluate that?
I think we're super pleased to come away with a win and a bonus point as well, which we put away in the first half. I think we need to look at our game management in the second half. I think it was quite bitty, probably wasn't as organised as we'd hoped it could be, but certainly a lot to take from it and also go away and improve on.
Felt like a real team performance with a mix of backs stepping up to complement your strong forward pack. So who stood out for you today?
I think Kelsey Webster has certainly shown how dangerous she can be with ball in hand, and it was really great to see our wingers get the ball on edge. I think Nikita Prothero has certainly shown what she's capable of in terms of her ability to run the ball back. And as you said, it was really good to see our forwards start the game from a physical perspective, and then our backs then be able to identify when it was on to get to an edge.
Alau Pearce, player of the match. How good was it to have her back in a Gwalia shirt?
It's always great to have Alau with us. She epitomises our values in terms of that bravery and that work rate. She has an interesting carry technique, shall we say, and loves that offload, but she certainly is incredibly aggressive when she's going forward with the ball.
So on the 10th of January, Glasgow away from home, how will you prepare for that now?
Due to the girls have done an awful lot of travel this week, so we're actually have an online analysis on Tuesday, and then we're actually doing a semi-opposed session with Penalty Men the following week, so that'll help us with our physicality going into what is an improved and a very physical Glasgow team.
Good luck for it. Congrats.
Thank you. Thanks, Phil.
Dan, are we clear? Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Gwalia Lightning take the spoils here at the Arms Park this afternoon in this Christmas derby in the Celtic Challenge between both Welsh sides. Gwalia Lightning 38, Brython Thunder 7, the full-time score. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for a thrilling derby once again in the Cardiff Arms Park. Hopefully we'll have your company next time the Celtic Challenge returns.